Whoa. Okay, test, 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 test. Okay, test, 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 test. All right, now you should be able to see me, sir. All right, now you should be able to see me, sir. Okay. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless wonder, the man Lincoln Clay, and we're doing a GT7 stream on a Sunday evening. Normally, I would be getting ready for a low-field motorsports race, which I will do that before I go to bed. You can catch that on Twitch if you want to see it. So this is, I am on GT7 on my brand new PS5, my second one. I unboxed it yesterday. Thank you so much for those of you that tuned in to watch me unbox it. I finally got it up and running and got everything set up. But I decided to go live because I'm excited that thanks to my good friend Ham VR, I can use my bass shakers on GT7. Now my bass shakers, if anyone's familiar with the butt kickers, they're basically transducers, like speakers without the coil, something like that, without the cone, and because of that, you can use it to basically like a feedback, of vibrations from the bumps, the curbs, wheel slippage, all that stuff, and it works on PC. And I didn't think it would work. Got a DOF reality seat mover. Whoa. Whoa, you the man. You are the man. So, these bass shakers work on PC because it's all connected to my PC. Well, I tried to plug the bass shakers directly into the PS5, and naturally it didn't work. But the SimHub app is how you control how you set the bass shakers amongst a whole bunch of other stuff you can set. Well, they just recently added support for GT7, and simply put, the way you do it is if the ports aren't already open, you just put in the port numbers, and your PC will discover the PS5, and it's got to be on the same network though. So, but the bottom line is the bass shakers work. So I've already done a lap around this track, and sitting inside the cockpit, and for a minute it actually felt like I was in VR, sitting in the cockpit of the car, except that I can still see everything around me. My camera right there, the TV, all that stuff. So once PSVR 2 hits, GT7 will be just as immersive for me as ACC is on PC, because now I'll have my bass shakers on both PS5 and PC. So I absolutely cannot wait. But what I wanted to talk real quick about PSVR, PSVR 2. I still think that despite what the developer said about PSVR being 10% faster than the 3090 that they have, they said 30% faster. They didn't say anything about looks better. So I'm assuming that that's because of the SSD. But I said it's still got to be some trickery involved, especially when it comes to Pavlov, because when it was first announced, the developer announced that the Quest version was coming, Pavlov Shack, and I'm wondering what happened that made them be able to go from using the Quest version to the PC version, and I think I figured it out. I think the PSVR 2 version of Pavlov is going to be running on Unreal Engine 5. Currently, there's a beta on PC for Pavlov that uses Unreal Engine 5. So I downloaded it, and it's a huge update, 31 gigs. Started playing the game. I didn't notice anything different. It ran smooth, which it always has. The big thing that stood out to me was with Pavlov, you always had the option of choosing floating hands or choosing full body representation. On PC, you can do that with most first-person shooters, Contractors, Onward. You can choose floating hands, or you can choose full body representation. I think the floating hands is less taxing on your PC. So is the foveated rendering? I'd imagine it's going to support foveated rendering. So I'm thinking that all that stuff is part of the trickery of how they were able to bring the PC version to PSVR 2. So I think that because this Unreal Engine 5 update that I speak of on PC is in beta right now. But I think that's one of the ways they're going to get it to run on PSVR 2, because one of the things about Unreal Engine 5, from what I understand, is a developer only needs to build a game once, and Unreal Engine 5 will automatically scale it up or down to whatever platform it's being run on. So the developer, I'm guessing by that definition, won't have to go pick and choose what to strip out in order to get it to run. So I think it's a combination of several things of how they get the PC version to run. The floating hands, I think the PS5 version isn't going to give you an option of floating hands or full body representation. I think that's going to be one of the moves that they're going to make. We got the foveated rendering with gaze tracking, and then it was rumored that PSVR would be employing like something similar to AMD's, or it would be using AMD's FSR technology, which is the equivalent to NVIDIA's DLSS, which that would take serious strain off the console too. And so all this stuff that I'm hearing, all these tricks that they're pulling, is supposed to reduce the stress of the console by up to 60%. Now, if you can free up that kind of resources on a console that I feel has power this equivalent to a 2070, if you can free up 60% of those resources, and you don't got a bunch of stuff running in the background of that console the way you would on PC, then I guess it makes sense that you would be able to run a lot of PC versions of games. You've heard me talk about it before, that Assetto Corsa Competizione on PS5, the developer directly answered my question and said that ACC on PS5 would not get PSVR support. I think it can be done if they do what Slightly Mad and Reason Studios did with Project Cars 2 and Automobilista 2. As far as the VR part of it goes, the parts you don't see isn't rendered. So to be more specific, when I play ACC on PC and VR, I can get out of the car. You get in PS5? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Absolutely, Missy. Absolutely. So, ACC on PC. In VR. Mr. Tech Guy, how you doing? ACC and VR, I can get out of the car, and I can physically walk around the car and see the car. And all the details are there. I mean, I can stick my head halfway into the car, and I can see the framework inside the car. I can see like the door beams and door mechanisms and stuff like that. I mean, like, Kunos put all the details into that game. Now, in the case of Automobilista 2 and Project Cars 2, You're in VR and you're inside the car. When I got out of the car, and when I got out of the car had no headlights, it had no wheels, it had no windows, and the car was just basically floating in the air. But you get inside the car, and all the stuff inside the car is there. So I think if some, and that's how Project Cars 2. How do you think is going VR 2? Let me see that again. How do I think it's going to be? Because of all this stuff that I'm describing, all the workarounds that I think that they have done with PSVR 2, I think the majority of these games are going to look very close to PC. I think if you want to like start splitting hairs, I think PC is still going to look better. But I think with the naked eye, I think you're probably not going to be able to tell them apart. It's going to take some digital foundry type shit to be able to tell it apart, as far as I'm concerned. So, and coming back to the floating hands things, something else that I've noticed, all the first-person shooter games that they have shown trailers for PSVR 2, all the characters that you play as have floating hands. So I'm beginning to think that none of the first-person shooter games, or any of the games for that matter, like Horizon Call of the Mountain, I don't think you're going to have an option to choose between floating hands and full body representation. And I think that's just going to, because I'm convinced that with a device like the PS5, for as powerful as it is, it still has the power of a mid-range computer as far as I'm concerned. So you go flip the switch and turn on mid-range full body representation, you could see a hit. You could see a performance hit. So I think that these games on PSVR 2, Horizon Call of the Mountain, Pavlov, and other games, I think floating hands is going to be your only option. I don't think you're going to be able to choose full body representation. So, but I'm okay with that. I mean, in the beginning, I used to cry about full body representation because I felt like floating hands broke the immersion. But these first-person shooter games, once you guys get into these first-person shooter games, I wish I had a floating hand. Well, what would you do? No, never mind. Don't answer that question. Pause. But I'm convinced that once you guys jump into these first-person shooter games, Horizon Call of the Mountain, once you guys get deep into the game and you're going to end up forgetting about the floating hands. You're just going to play it and enjoy it. So, so that's cool. But yeah, I think I'm ready to do a lap or two. Because I can't tell you how ecstatic I am that my bass shakers work on GT7 or PS5. I didn't think this would be possible because Sony is strict. I mean, you know, Sony will encrypt a roll of Sony will encrypt a roll of toilet paper if you give it to them. I mean, they encrypt everything. They tight with the security. So, after trying to plug my bass shakers directly into my PS5, I knew it wouldn't work, but I had to find out for myself. But now, yes, it does work. It shakes. So let me do a lap or two, and then we'll go into a daily race. It's hard for me to use this view. Flat screen. Oh, good Lord. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I got to do. Assist settings. ABS is weak. Traction control. ABS. Traction control. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna have to exit this and go in and set it that way. I think I got to put traction control on 1. I typed base shakers and GT7 into Google. If my stream came up. Excellent. Set traction control to 1. Counter assist. We'll leave that. I think we can leave that there. All right, we'll leave that there and see what happens. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got it working good. That fuckball tried to block me. What the? Come on, cars. Well, Let me back out of this, so I can answer that question, Ham. So, I mean, naturally, this is the view that both you and I are more than likely going to use when PSVR 2 hits. And even though I'm racing flat screen and I suck using that camera angle, I still like using that camera angle because it's more immersive. And now that these base shakers work, it adds all the more immersion to it. I mean, even if I got the TV and I see my entire living room in front of me, it still feels immersive. When I block everything else out around me and just focus on the TV, it still feels like I'm sitting in the car. So, I mean, now that these base shakers are working, PSVR 2 can't get here soon enough. And like the Porsche is kind of my bailout car. That's the car that I'm using while we're flat screen. But once we get into VR, fair enough. You have a bigger TV than I. Yeah, I'm working with a 65-inch TV. What? Damn it, I forgot. Oh, what I was going to say was once we get into VR, I'm going to master this Ford GT. Because Polyphony Digital must have heard my cries. Because, you know, when GT7 was first announced, I'm on 27. Well, hey, it's funny that you mentioned that, Ham, because I just ordered a 1440p monitor. Hey, and I did it on my own. I didn't need you to use the Jedi mind trick on me. So yeah, the way this is going to work is my new PS5 that I just got. Man, that disposable income. Hey, I don't know. I probably might have to jump on the stripper pole to get some of that money back. Pause. No, my main PS5 is here. I've already connected the brand new PS5 to this TV, and my old PS5, I've moved it into the bedroom on my 55-inch TV in the bedroom. But once I get that 1440p monitor, the PS5 is going to move over there with Voltron Jr. because that's going to be my play space. So what that's going to allow me to do is just unplug the PSVR, walk over to the other PS5, plug it in, and I'm right there in my play space. I won't have to go moving PS5s back and forth, moving my rig out of the way, any of that shit. So it was an expensive convenience, but I mean, having a second PS5 was already in the back of my head, but you helped trigger that shit. Thanks a lot. Oh shit. Fata Mephisto, how you doing, my guy? So, I hope the package reaches you more sooner than later, sir. Glad I figured that tracking shit out. Not sure why UPS wasn't picking it up ahead. Yeah, I've had that happen before. I'm waiting on the PS5 digitals to come back into stock. I could have done that, but I'm the type of person, Ham, that when I got my mind made up, I want to buy something, I want it I want it now. So it kind of doesn't make any sense that when all is said and done, it's actually a good thing that I bought the disc, because the physical games that I have here on disc, then I can put them in I can use them back and forth between both PS5s. Whereas like Spider-Man Morales, for instance, I have that on disc. If I were to buy a digital PS5, I would have to buy the game digitally if I wanted to play it on the digital version. But by having two PS5 disc drives, then I can just, pop it in the second one and play it and don't have to buy the game again. So all that being said, you know, looking at the big picture, it was actually a good thing that I bought a second PS5 with a disc drive. So let's see what the daily races are. And I'm going to have to move some things around. All right, guess we can do this reverse grid. Select from garage. Enter with you. All right, guess we got to go with the intermediates. So I know I'm gonna get smoked with this Ford GT because I know I would do a lot better with the Porsche. But hell, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Shit, look at T Mission and Boris. They the man. They are the man. And feel that. Feel them bass shakers. Oh shit. I totally forgot about that. I forgot that we're doing a reverse plot. Oh shit. I was looking for some brake markers. Actually, Ham, that's no mistake. You are hearing that slight echo. That's actually, I was having that same problem on my other PS5. So I thought something was wrong with that PS5, but I'm on the brand new PS5 and that same problem is arising. I know what you're talking about. My voice is fine, but the game itself, you hear it echoes from the game, from the engine. And I haven't been able to figure out. I haven't been able to figure it out. Let me try something. Uh, it's not that bad. It's still annoying though. High dynamic range, includes your mic's audio, includes party. Oh, that's for the video clips. Um, hmm. Oh, here we go. Options. That only gives me the option to move the camera display. All right. 1 second, folks. Sound input devices controller headset. I do not get it. Audio output controller headset switch output automatically. See here, sound effects. Linear. What's dope? Let's see what that does. 3D audio for speakers, 3D audio for headphones. Let's try that. Headphones, controller speaker. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Trying to play with the audio so we can try to get that stupid echo out of there. Oh shit! I forgot we practiced it for daily race. Oh yeah, ham's a lifesaver. Came through in the clutch with the base shakers. Absolutely. You know what? I want to make one more adjustment. For starters, let me change the steering sensitivity and turn it down to about 330. And then let me go into the game settings. And try turning the counter steering off again and see what happens. Not quite. Waiting on the new rig to arrive. Wednesday, once I get it put together, I'm going to hook up like Doc Brown with a DeLorean. There you go. I should have quick grabbed a drink. Oh, somebody else in here is using the Ford GT2. All right. Even though I'm going to get smoked. I mean, even if I was using the Porsche, I'd get smoked anyway. But since this is going to be the car that I'm going to roll with once PSVR 2 hits, I might as well start learning the ins and outs of the car now. I think this is such a slick ass car. Did Sib Hub work, or did you need to mess around? All I had to do was just I followed your instructions for the inbound and outbound. I typed those numbers in and that was it. Boom, it started working. mean, it's rumbling right now. Have you tried tuning the cars? No, like, because I don't play this game the way I play ACC. Once PSVR 2 hits and I start playing this game more and more often, then I'll definitely get into the details. You know, as far as tuning the car and stuff like that, I'll definitely get more into that once PSVR 2 hits and I start playing this game more. Because right now, right now I'm dog shit at this game. So once I learn this Ford GT and get more familiar with the tracks that I don't know that well, then yeah, I'll definitely get into the tuning. What the fuck? He caused me to go into the barrier and oh god. Yeah, I gotta turn that counter assist back on, turn it back to weak. That was garbage. That dude bumped me and caused me to go into the wall, and I'm the one that's got to serve a penalty. Yeah, same here. I can't wait to play it in VR too, Bearded. That's one of the reasons why you see me in this cockpit view right now. I should have started from the outside, swung back in. Gonna be Ninja. How you doing? One of my friends, Fatal Mephisto, is from Canada. I affectionately call him the Canadian Grizzly Bear. I'm starting to figure this car out. Not only that, the car doesn't kick out the way the Porsche did at hairpins. But if I miss my brake point, it does have terrible understeer though. Most anticipated VR shooter game on PSVR, I would have to say it's Firewall Ultra, with maybe I had a ton of excitement for Crossfire X for PlayStation and PC. Ooh. All right, I'll do this race again. Well, when you talk about most anticipated VR shooters coming to PlayStation and PC, that's not a simple answer because yeah, we'll do this race again. Let me register for the next race and then I'll answer that question, because it's not a cut and dry answer. Oh, I also forgot I'm on racing intermediates, so that'll get you too. Okay, I'll leave it there for the moment. So when you say most anticipated first-person shooter on PSVR and PC, the reason why I think that's such a tough question to answer is because people are anticipating everything on PSVR. There are a lot of people on PC VR where some of these games that's coming to PSVR doesn't excite them because they already have the game on PC. And then moving forward, some of the games that some of the anticipated games that's coming to PSVR and PC, I don't think the PSVR crowd knows that much about them. So, for instance, PC-wise, I think And a highly anticipated shooter might be the Ghost of Tabor. Um, that's a game that's supposed to like it's supposed to have elements of Escape from Tarkov in it. I think the PC people would be excited about that, but I don't know if the PSVR people even know about this game. Brian Paul hosted the event that showcased all these games. This is supposed to be coming to PSVR and PC. Um, I think the game that's most highly anticipated coming to PSVR would be Firewall, but that's a PSVR 2 exclusive. Um, so if you ask me what would be the most highly anticipated game for PC and PSVR 2 separately, I think I can answer that question. You know, Firewall and maybe, like I said, Ghost of Tabor. But to say most highly anticipated shooter coming to both platforms, that's a tough one. Because I don't, I think on PSVR, Firewall and maybe Crossfire Sierra Squad might be two of the most highly anticipated games. Although I do think that once they get a taste of Pavlov, it's possible they might forget about the other games, because Pavlov is a great game. It's got blood and gore in it, which is what Americans love, killing people and love seeing blood everywhere when it comes to video games and stuff like that. So I would say Pavlov will definitely deliver on that. Whereas like Firewall was a good game, but there was no blood in that game whatsoever. You shoot someone and the bullets hit, you can hear the bullets hitting them, and you can even see their body twitching from being shot, but no blood whatsoever. Even Contractors on PC, when you shoot someone, you see the blood spraying out the other side of their body, but you don't see any blood puddles on the ground or any blood splatters up against the wall. Pavlov has all that. Pavlov, you can blow somebody's head off. You can shoot them in the stomach and blow the whole chest cavity out and see the rib cage and shit. I think you can, like, if the body's on the ground and already dead, you can shoot the body in the thigh. And Andiman, what's up? You can see like the thigh bone. So yeah. I think one game, once it hits, that people are gonna love on PSVR might be Lo-Fi, because that's basically a Cyberpunk in VR. Now, the PC VR people, I don't know how excited they would get over a game like that, because we already have the ability to play Cyberpunk in VR through VR mods. Over on the PC side, just about any Pavlov is great fun, absolutely. Um, the game is I think it's in an Unreal 5 engine beta right now. Um, I don't really see anything different about the game. Truth of the matter is, the reason I think it's going through an Unreal Engine 5 beta is so it can be crossplay with PSVR. I should have got a drink because I am super, super thirsty. But yeah, I'm really excited because I'm covered across the board. No matter what I want to play, no matter where I want to play it. I got two PS5s, three PCs, a bunch of VR headsets. I got a couple of. True Virgil, what's up? Are you ready for that PSVR 2? No, the question is, are you ready? Are you ready for PSVR 2? You know damn well I'm ready for it. uh, Because, I mean, once PSVR 2 comes, Lincoln Clay VR has got a sim racing arcade at his place. So does Ham. what is Ham? He's got a couple of PCs. He's got a PS5. He's getting ready to get a second PS5. He's got multiple headsets. I think he's got a Quest, got a HP Reverb G2, got a Valve Index. He's going to get the PSVR too. We both are. I'd like to think he's going to get Quest 3. So am I when it comes out later this year. So yeah, Ham's got an arcade over in the UK. So the next time you see him, pay £20, and I think you'll be good for about an hour. You go in there and play anything you want. Boy, I love these space shakers. I mean, boy, the circle's going to be complete come February 22nd. Oh, you got base shakers too, Animon? Hey, Ham, if you would please, if you want to put a link to your video in the chat, you can show people how to use the base shakers on your PS5 like I'm doing now. Also, Ham, while you're at it, if you'd be so kind to put a link to your channel in the comments, because we will be starting up our Friday GT7 leagues again, and we will open it up to viewers who want to join us. So make sure you subscribe to Ham's channel as well, and a link to his Discord will be in the Discord. The link to his Discord will be in the About section, and that's how we'll get together for the Friday events. Yeah, Ham's video, you use SimHub. Oh shit. Wheel lock isn't synced up? I wish I was Grease Lightning. I would be doing better if I was on ACC and VR, no question about that. You know, Andy Bond, you talk about the steering lock not being synced. In game, I've got it set to 0. On the actual wheelbase, I've got it set to like 350. And the reason why is racing in flat screen, everything is in the distance until it isn't. You don't see stuff just gradually coming at you like you would in VR. First it's in the back, and then boom, it's right there in front of your face, and I need to be able to react quicker. So I got the steering, the steering sensitivity. You know, I've got a smaller circle, a smaller turn radius, because if I'm in a situation where I have to react quickly and I got to turn the wheel all the way over like that, I'm going off the wall. Once I'm in VR and everything is coming at me in all earnest, then I'll be able to adjust the steering accordingly. I mean, right now, what I have it set on right now is not going to stay at that. It's definitely going to change once I go into VR, because I can adjust to corners and stuff like that coming to me in real time, versus, you know, even if I'm on a big TV, everything that's in the distance, I can barely see it until it just pops right up in your face. So not only is racing in VR immersive, it's informative. Even though I'm on the straightaway, I can still look over here and see a curve over this way, and I can say to myself, okay, and you know, about 300 yards or whatever the case may be, I will be approaching this corner. It looks like it's this big. This is the way I think I'm going to approach it. This is how much speed I'm going to try to carry into that corner and stuff like that. I can make all those calculations before I even get to the corner. Whereas flat screen, you don't see that corner until it's right in front of your face, because you only see dead what's in front of you, unless you want to go with the open view, which in my opinion breaks the immersion. I want to be inside the cockpit. So I want to feel like I'm driving the car, that I'm sitting inside the car and driving it. I want good parkour in VR, like Mirror's Edge team, or Rockstar games. There is another first-person shooter game called Breachers that's coming, and at first I thought Firewall or Onward. Yeah, I can't go back to pancake driving now. You know, Andiman, I had been trying to stay away from this game until the VR hits. But I have to be honest, I get the most views when I stream GT7, especially now that all the hype is around PSVR 2. If I stream GT7 and I want to talk about PSVR 2, I get more views. But this isn't about getting views. It's about, in my opinion, giving the viewers of this channel what they prefer. And as far as ACC goes, it's still my favorite. It's still my favorite sim, but I pretty much moved, like my LFM races. I moved them over to Twitch, because I like the way LFM uses Twitch. So I go live, and and I have my channel linked to the LFM website. I go live. On LFM, you can see who's live. It'll say this person is live, and once you click on a link, you'll see a whole bunch of streams. You might see 9 streams going on at the same time, and then you just pick the one that you want to check out and go in. I think arms are a must in shooters, like I Get Tech. Here, let me go back and read that. Well, I guess to go back what I was... To go back what I was going to say about Breachers, I think that might be the closest to Rainbow Six, because with this game you can rappel up the side of buildings and kick back and swing right through windows like you can on Rainbow Six. Two-handed dangling in the ear is obviously interaction breaker. Oh shoot, we got to get in here. Why do I have to keep changing the tires? Why can't it just remember it? We'll leave it there. So I'll do one more race, and then we can chat it up about PSVR a little more if you guys want before I head on out. The only thing I'm finding with this with the base shakers, Ham, is I might have to go back and do a preset. One for GT7 and one for ACC. I feel constant rumble. I feel a slight pulse when I change the gears. But I guess I haven't really. Two hands look bad. I prefer full arms. See, that's where I think some of the trickery is coming in with PSVR 2. I don't think you're going to have any games. I don't think you're going to have too many games where you have full body representation. So I think you're going to have to deal with the floating hands, because I believe that full body representation taxes the hardware a little bit more. And as I've said, that being that I believe that the PS5 has the power of a mid-range computer, they're going to have to try to cut every corner they can to make these games look and run just as good as PC. And I think what they've been showing has been misleading people into thinking that a PS5 can tangle with a 3090. It cannot. I just, the only thing, I can't even say that, they said that it's 10% faster than their 3090. They didn't say it was 30% faster than a 3090. So how do we know what they're working with as far as their CPU, as far as whether they have M.2 drives, in their PC and that kind of stuff? So, like my main PC right here with a 4090, and it's got two M.2 drives. It's got a 980 Pro and a 970 Evo. It's got an i9 12900K. So for PS5 to be faster than that PC, I'm gonna have to see it to believe it. I'm not taking them at their words about it being 10% faster than their PC. Gaming Legends, how you doing? Ah! Oh, God. So much for me being in 8th place. Well, it was dumb on my part because I was trying to carry speed out of there. They hit me with a severe punishment. Oh shit! Oh God. It seemed like the steering changed when I changed angles too. I can't even see the corner because the roll bar is in the way. Ah, damn! They punish you severely. You know what? I'm going to do one more race, but I'm going to come back with my Porsche. Oh, crikey. And I got hit with another penalty. That roll bar is in the way. That's another reason why I need to be in VR. That roll bar is in the way, so I'm taking tight corners. It's hard to see because of that roll bar right where the windshield's at. So yeah, I'm going to enter the next race, but I'm going to come in with the Porsche. But I might be asking trouble with the Porsche. I might be asking for trouble because that back end likes to step out on you. I haven't used the Beetle in a while on GT Sport. I think in the Group 3 cars, I think the Beetle was the most well-rounded car. We'll give it a try. Ooh. Oh. Oh my God. And I figured it out too. This left-hand corner is on a slight crest, so you almost don't even see the corner. You have to kind of guess where it's at. I love the way this Beetle sounds too. Pull over here in a second here. As far as the allowable tires go, whoops. Let me exit and then go back. As far as allowable tires go, I'm thinking you got the Sauber Mercedes from the shop. That's what's up. As far as the tires that you can use in a race, I was led to believe that the Racing Intermediates would probably give me the most grip. Yeah, I mean, this car definitely feels better than that than the Ford GT did, though. So I don't know. Might end up having to go with this car until PSVR 2 gets here. I've said that before, that this car, at least on GT Sport, was the most well-rounded car. It handled good. It had good acceleration. And I think it had decent top-end speed too. So, but when I felt like things was too easy with this car on GT Sport, so I wanted a little bit more of a challenge. And I thought the Porsche was still a good all-around car, The intermediates are hard. Best go with intermediates. Yeah. So this car right here, the turn, this car actually feels better as far as turning goes. It feels much better than the Ford GT. The Ford GT had just got terrible understeer, and I have to brake earlier than I would like to with that car. And when I do that, the other cars are getting away from me. So maybe with this car, I can brake a little bit later and still hold my line. The only thing that throws me off about this car is that it's got 7 gears. For a long time, the Nissan GT3R has always been a beast on this game for the past few years. A lot of people on GT Sport would use the GT3R. Whereas on ACC, people barely touch that Nissan. I think on ACC, the only time people touch that Nissan is when they just want to be different. Kazunori Yamauchi raced GT3R in real life. Well, I know he raced in real life. I just don't know what kind of car he drove. What an idiot. God damn it. Oh! I gotta remember those turns are uphill and they're sharper than they look. Shit! That is an uphill turn. I gotta remember that, and it's sharper than it looks. God damn it, trying to do too much. I made my turn too late. And that one too late. Did okay with that one. All right, I'm going to the bathroom one last time. I'm going to the bathroom, though. I'm going to do this race one last time. Let's see here. It says, use your Porsche this time, then maybe you can change that brake bias in the car settings more to the front. As it's a mid-range, MR car. At least the way you'll get some slip angles. Problem I got with the Porsche, I like these cars on this game. The shortcomings stick out in a big way. With this Beetle, the problem seems to be the straight line speed. It takes corners good as long as I hit my brake markers. And it's got acceleration. In the case of the Porsche, I think it's a well-rounded car, but the problem I've been having is on the hairpin turns, the really tight turns, the car kicks out for no reason. Even if I'm only doing like 2 miles an hour, and it seems the only way I can get by the really tight corners is the hairpin, is to keep the trail brake going. And then with the Ford GT, it had the straight line speed to keep up with the other cars, but it had terrible understeer. So, I mean, at this point, I mean, I could go with the Porsche just to do something different. But once I get into VR and I get the sense of depth and I can do a better job at braking, then that's what it's going to come down to. Like, VR is going to help me see the brake markers coming in real time, and that's going to be a huge, and that can help me determine what car I want to settle with. But I'll give the Porsche a try. Oops. Got to change to the intermediates. We can do a lap or two. Let's see what we got. Because I want to know if the car is going to step out on me or not on these hairpins. Steering feels pretty good. Right here is the test. I had to keep my foot on the brake through that turn because I just didn't trust the car. I felt like it was going to step out, so I had to trail brake it all the way through the corner. Yeah. I said, as soon as VR hits, I'm going to master that Ford GT. So, I would say that as far as the GT3 cars goes, when the VR hits, this Porsche, the Ford GT, and that Beetle will probably be my 3 cars. You know, maybe a little sympathy for the American junk and go with the Corvette. So after this race, I'm going to get signed up for the LFM race. This week we are at Misano for LFM. That's a track I know very well. These guys are fast. don't know whoever that was or what he was trying to do, but it served his ass right. He's got a penalty he's got to serve anyway, so I don't need to retaliate with his dirty shit. I was able to save it. I know he gonna take me out. Fuck! God damn it! I tried to block him off. Well, that one went a little bit better with the Porsche, and not only that, I set my fastest lap in this race. So, guess we'll have to stay with the Porsche then. Going the distance, Route 66. All right, let's go back and redeem these roulette tickets. Need the money. Need the money. All right. All right, we're working our way towards $1 million. I could buy another GT3 car if I wanted. Let me see what they got. But it's that Beetle was fun to drive, even though it didn't have very good straight line speed. I love the way it sounded. I liked it. I liked the acceleration. I liked the way it handled. So let's go to Europe. Or actually, can I go by class? Used cars, nah. Let me see here. What cars are here that I might be interested in? Nah. I want all race cars. I'm pretty much not interested in any. Actually, the only production car that I would probably be interested in is a LaFerrari. This car right here would be the only car that I'm interested in, but ooh, that 3.6 million credits. Yeesh. Yeah, but that is a sharp ass car. I mean, I think this is one of the slickest looking cars that Ferrari's ever made. And that rear spoiler is definitely different. You know, Ferrari does not allow you to alter the car, even after you buy it. And my cousin Floyd Mayweather, and Kim Kardashian and other celebrities are banned from buying a Ferrari because if you alter the car, because according to Ferrari, even if you own the car, you still represent the company. So if you alter the car, that's a reflection on the company. So I don't know what Floyd did to get banned. I don't know if he put a different set of wheels on his car or something like that. But even something that simple will get you put on Ferrari's blacklist. I mean, this car looks old now. At the time that it came out, this car was like all the talk when it came to super, exotic supercars. So that car looks okay, but it needs that wing. Damn, this is a pretty slick looking car right here. That is a pretty slick looking car. A couple of more races, I'd have enough money to buy it. And it would be pretty slick to, ooh, it would be pretty slick to drive. Damn, that is a slick looking car. But just about every manufacturer's got a pretty slick Vision looking car on here too, but I don't know. This Vision car might be one of the slickest that I've seen in this game. Let's check out some other Vision cars. Um, that's pretty slick too. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to grab at least one Vision car because that's gonna be slick to drive one of these in VR. That's slick, but I like the Ferrari Vision car better. Let me see Porsche, because I think they actually showed a real life model of their Vision car right here. Million credits. This kind of has a roadster look to it. I don't know. So far, I'm still liking the Ferrari Vision car the most. Let's see what Mercedes got. Nope. Probably have to go to AMG and see what they got. I like that color. This car looks like something where they couldn't figure out if they wanted this car to be a concept car out of the 1950s or out of 2050. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see what BMW and Audi's got. Nope, don't look like they got a Vision car. I wonder if they're gonna. I wonder if they'll ever get the M4 because, like, unlike ACC for instance, nobody uses this M6 anymore. I think this M6 is a slicker looking one though. Yeah, this blue M3 is definitely a slick. This one's definitely slick. So it look like they don't have a vision car. Let's see if Audi's got one, and then see what kind of American vision cars they got here. Looks okay, but that Ferrari's still king. See if Bugatti's got a vision car or not. Oh, excuse me. Nope, no vision car. This Bugatti right here is just ugly. It's ugh. This Bugatti is ugly too. And I think my cousin Floyd had like at one point had 12 of them because the Bugatti dealer gave him a couple of cars because they was because he was marketing the car for him. He was advertising the car for him. I also know that he has one of these. I think he has an orange and black one though. I mean, this Bugatti is slick. But this Bugatti right here is just fast, and that's where it ends. This shit is ugly. Let me see here. Let's see if McLaren or Aston Martin's got a. Yeah, it looks like they got a vision car. Kind of slick, in like when it comes to vision cars, like in sports cars in general, just about anything with a spoiler on the back of it gets my attention. Slick, but the Audis still go with the Audi. That's another thing. Like, for instance, I wonder if they're going to update some of these Group 3 cars they got because they got this old-ass McLaren on here. I'm not even... I think this old-ass McLaren might be on ACC, but I don't think if it is, nobody uses it. Let's see, does Aston Martin got a vision car? Ah, damn, this shit is ugly. This shit look like a space age family car. All right, let's see what they got for America. Yeah, they need to update these Corvettes too. Nope, don't look like this. I don't know. Maybe Dodge just got a vision car. Yeah, that was on GT Sport. I think this car is somewhat ugly, but this car does have it does have a wing, I believe, that pops up once you reach a certain speed. Mm, Infinity might have a Fiji car. Let's see. Yeah, that's it right there. Nah, that don't do nothing for me. That rear wing is a little bit different. So, hmm. Sporty, but don't do anything for me. It's sporty though. Actually, it looks kind of slick. I mean, but like that Ferrari Vision, that looks like a car that will never be put into production. Something like this does look like a car that would be put in production within the next 5 years. Uh, I did own this car on GT Sport, and I absolutely loved it. I absolutely love driving this car in VR. Um, Top end, I think the car only did about, I don't know, like maybe 170, 180 top end. But damn did that car handle good. I also had this car too, but I had the red, white, and black one with the gold rims. This is another car that I could possibly buy because I'm going to start buying more cars once PSVR 2 hits. So this could be a car that I could possibly pick up. I had this car, but I'm not a fan of Group 4 cars or GT4 cars as it's called. Because this car looks like I just bought and hooked up my wheel shifter stand yesterday. I was so good at GT7 with a controller. You're gonna get a lot better with a wheel. And with the racing wheel, everybody starts out like that because it's a transition. Um, I think when I bought my PS4, I was playing GT7 with a controller, and then when I bought my first wheel, it's right behind me, behind this curtain. It's a Thrustmaster T150. It took me forever to learn to get used to racing with a wheel, but once I got used to racing with a wheel, I could never go back to a controller. But you better get used to that though. When VR hits, you better get used to seeing a bunch of people on here racing with a controller. You're gonna be seeing a lot of cars doing some sporadic shit. You're gonna be like, man, what the hell is this dude doing? Let's see, this is a Group 3 car. Group 3. Also had this car too on GT Sport. See, with GT Sport, the microtransactions was cool. I was like, the cars on GT Sport, if you wanted to pay for them with real money, the cars were anywhere from like I think like 99 cents to $5, which I thought was more than reasonable. But this game here, the microtransactions is absolutely absurd. So when I was playing GT Sport, I was like, why am I gonna waste my time grinding for a car when I can pay 99 cents for a car? So I bought a ton of cars on GT Sport. I'll buy a few cars. I will break down and buy a transaction here or there. Cause let me see here. No, I don't want to purchase this. So let me buy a car that this costs more money than I got. So right here, when you look at the price of the microtransactions, if you guys can see it, $750,000 for $10 for 750,000 credits. I mean, that's reasonable. It gets you a GT3 car, and you got 300,000 left over. What I don't like is you jump from 750,000 credits for $10 to 2 million credits for $20. But you know what? Even though I don't like the sound of that, 20 million, 2 million for 5 credits, 2 million credits for $20 isn't that bad, because you can buy 4 GT3 cars with that. So it's like each car costs you like $4.50 when you look at it, when you break it down like that. That's not that bad. It's the cars that's costing like 3 million, 5 million. That's where you get your head cracked. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll buy the $20 microtransaction once and get some more GT3 cars. But the thing, even the ridiculous microtransaction, that bugged me. What bugged me even more is that Polyphony Digital changed the physics of this game to cater to the casuals, so they will stay involved with this game and they will purchase the microtransactions. Because if you keep the physics along the lines of a set of Corsa Competizione, then people will not play this game. The casuals won't play this game because it'll be too much for them. It'll be too realistic for them. They won't play it, and then you'll lose out on that microtransaction money. So they structured this game around the microtransactions to keep the casual people involved. So that being said, they structured the physics to casuals. So the physics, at least when you stay on the track, the physics do have a little bit of an arcade feel. But there's a trade-off. If you go off the track and hit that grass, that shit is like ice. You will spin. So I guess it's a trade-off. There's some things about ACC. If you go into the grass, if you're good, you can still save it and get back on the track. But the trade-off with ACC is if you're in a battle with somebody and the two cars touch, somebody's spinning out. So I guess it's a trade-off at the end of the day. So I think when all is said and done, when PSVR 2 hits, I will buy a couple of more Group 3 cars, and I'll buy a couple of Group 2 cars. I'm almost certain I'll buy the Lexus and the Ray Brig Honda. Hey, but I will give a Polyphony Digital credit for this car. Well, Oh, that's not the car I'm thinking of. They gave everybody this car as an unlockable. I think when you completed one of the menu books, and they gave people this car, so they did give everybody, let everybody earn a decent car. This is a good car, and a decent amount of people use this car. It's a slick looking car. It's a decent car. Um, I have this car. I believe I do. Let me go to my garage and make sure. Oh, no, I guess I was wrong. I might be thinking of this Audi R8. That might be the car that you were able to unlock with one of the menu books. And hell, I even got a Vision car. Yep, so I don't have that Subaru. Can you earn an F1 car naturally by playing the cafe portion of the game, or do you have to buy it with your in-game? That I don't know, because I say that because I haven't finished the menus. I think there's like 40 menu books, and I think I've completed like 26 of them, and then I stopped. All like the menu books, all I was interested in, I was interested in unlocking the multiplayer and hello again. But yeah, the online and Circuit de la Sarthe, that particular track. Wow, 40. Wow, I didn't know it was. Yeah, I believe there's like 40 books. But like when the game first launched, there was already like 30. I think it might have been like 30 or 35 books. And then I think when they did an update, they added like 5 more books. So, yeah, that Porsche looked beautiful sitting out there, but it looks out of place sitting in somebody's driveway like that. It seemed like it should be in a garage, stored in a garage at a racetrack. But yeah, I'm going to get ready to boogie on out of here because I got to jump on ACC and I got to get some practice in on Masano to get ready for the LFM race. So if you want to um, check me out on Twitch, Lincoln underscore Clay on Twitch. You can catch me over there jumping on ACC and getting ready to do LFM race and try to get some of this ELO back. But one more time, shout out to my friend Ham, who uploaded the video on how to get the base shakers working on GT7. So if you guys give me a second, I'll put a link to that video in the description. Where are we at? Crap. Copy link. There you go, everybody. That's the link for Ham's video on how to get your base shakers working on GT7. I'm absolutely loving it, and it's going to be even better when PSVR 2 hits. So, with that, head on over to ACC and start practicing. And for those of you who catch me over on Twitch, we'll see you there. And other than that, we will see you in a day or two. Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely be doing another stream here this week. So yeah, we'll see y'all in a day or two. With that, I'm going to go ahead and boogie on out of here. Thanks, PLO. Catch you later. Until then, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king, and deuces. See you soon, everybody. Have a good one.